Hey there. Thanks for tuning in. We're excited to share this recap documentary from Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, an event that truly captured the spirit of our mission. Whether you're just dipping your toes into the world of Bitcoin or you're a seasoned veteran, we hope this film gives you a fresh dose of inspiration. And hey, if you know someone who could use a little reminder of why this mission matters, share this with them. Let's keep the momentum going. Oh, and mark your calendars for the first week of July in 2025 because we're taking things to the next level at the first ever Bitcoin Alaska conference in the capital city of Juneau. It's going to be epic, and we'd love for you to join us. Head over to bitcoinalaska.org to learn more and secure your spot. Enjoy.
There are 17 million veterans in the United States. There's almost 200,000 more being added every year. And they all need Bitcoin. They all need to know about Bitcoin. They need to understand it. They need to understand how it will impact their life. They need to understand how it will impact their time and their family. It gives them a community that they can join, where they can have the camaraderie that they experienced while they were in the military, while at the same time having a means to actually protect their people, protect their families, protect their country, retake control of their finances. And if Bitcoin does what we think it's going to do, that means it will also mean retaking control of our country from the forces that have sort of caused all of the things to happen that are currently happening today.
We have so many of our brothers and sisters that are out there that they just don't know about Bitcoin. And they're not going to learn about it unless we go out there and we find them, unless we connect with them, unless we contact them and then grab a hold of them and share this information with them. And what we're learning is when we do that, when that light comes on, that's when they are really finding that connection, that community, and that purpose that they feel like they have lost since they left the military. And as you know, that's something that is a challenge for so many of us when we're getting out, is we felt like we were a part of something, okay? Even though it wasn't perfect, even though it was tied to this corrupt, nasty agenda that we're all aware of, but still there's that loss of a sense of purpose, that loss of a sense of community. And many of us, too many of us, go out there and just, we start spinning out, and then bad things happen. And so that's why we do what we do. And then we bring them into the light. And a big part of that is not only the education, not only the job connection part of it, but getting our fellow veterans plugged into the Bitcoin veterans community. So this community is growing. It's growing so fast. It's only been a year now. And we can't even keep track with how many people, how many veterans are jumping into this mission with us. But it's such an important part of what we do. And that's why it is what we focus on. We focus on going out there, introducing our brothers and sisters to Bitcoin, getting them connected with career opportunities if that's what they're looking for, and plugging them into this community that is strengthened by each and every single one of us.
I am inspired to be a part of something larger than myself. I think we all are. I think that's why we're here. I wake up at sunrise every day to get to work because of the work that other people do, because of the work that many of the people here do, right? That's my inspiration. That's why I have hope, right? I don't have hope because of Bitcoin, I have hope because of Bitcoiners. I have hope that tomorrow will be better than today because we're gonna make it so, because we won't accept it otherwise. And I'm just so thankful to be with you guys, because if not, I would probably be pretty pessimistic.
It's amazing really what's come together in a very short period of time. Although we've been planning this for a very long time, really considering the fact that none of these guys have actually ever met each other in person until this week, what has been accomplished is really quite amazing to me. It's blown my expectations way out of the water.
I walked into that room, I'd seen it, us working on it before that, and kind of was like bare bones. But I walked in day one, and that place blew my mind at how professional it looked. I was afraid that people were gonna start thinking that we know what we're doing.
That first day really opened my eyes to holy shit. Like, this might actually be something.
What is money? Who issues it? How do we communicate value? And is there someone at the center of that relationship or interaction? Do they need to be?
Just imagine if somebody back in the 80s was a Bitcoiner, but they were just talking about email, right? And they came to a dinner party or a happy hour and were just like, hey guys, I've been thinking about mail a lot. Why do we send letters? This is weird. Why don't we use the internet? Why don't we send email? Why do we do stamps? And everyone would be looking at them being why is this person obsessed with mail? What the hell is going on? Why are they talking about this email? The same thing as today with money. People just don't think about money and just, what is the dollar? Where does it come from?
Bitcoin is probably the most powerful weapon we have ever had for freedom. Peaceful weapon, 100% peaceful weapon, but it's one of the most powerful things we've ever seen, and it's literally going to change the human race.
In the Bitcoin community, when you understand what Bitcoin does for individual rights for anybody, or what it does for propagating freedom, my personal favorite about Bitcoin is what I call spiteful custody, of being able to own an asset where if Uncle Sam or any enemy or gangbanger that comes to you and tries to force you to fork over the wealth that you have accumulated, you can literally look them in the eye and go, fuck you.
It provides the world, not just the US American veterans, but it provides the world the opportunity for the American dream, right? Because one of the things about the American dream is that it's not just, oh, we want a house with a picket fence and a family and a dog and a cat and all that. But the primary thing is that the heart of the American dream is to be able to work hard, bust your ass, not spend everything, and then you can use the excess in order to get to the life that you want in the future, whether it's the life for you and your significant other or your kids or your grandkids or whatever. And we have been robbed of that for the last 70, 80 years, and most of us were not even aware of it until the last 10 years.
You can tell the people who are striving for a dollar, not principle, not morals, not legacy. It's just as clear as day. Now, to give everybody their fair, come-ups and bruises, right, is well, I look at the Republican Party, and hell, I'm going to even, talk about the Libertarian Party a little bit too, because what's happened in all of them is you look at how they're compromised. I look at how they're compromised, and I think this is, a unique perspective that we as Bitcoin veterans have to see, how the intelligence side runs and how other countries will try to capture your politicians. So there obviously is a group out there that owns every porn site. They own the banks. They own the production companies in Hollywood. They own the record labels. They own all the propaganda machines.
I don't think you guys really know or grasp just the amount of things that are behind the dam of things that are cracking right now. Between the institutions are kind of collapsing in on themselves, including the military, the academia institutions, the medical system, all of this. There's a lot of reasons for that. One of the biggest reasons is that the dam itself that's holding back everything behind it was built on top of the fiat Keynesian economic system. Because as long as they have the dollar printer, They can continue to build that wall up and reinforce it for as long as they can, but the longer they do it and the more that they build that wall up, the more fragile it actually becomes.
Bitcoin changes a lot of different things in the human condition, be it, I love Alex Gladstein's mission on human rights, and I love what it can do for mass migration. That's one topic that, people leave their cultures and they move into other cultures and they dilute those cultures. And that's something that shouldn't happen. People don't want to leave their families and their homes. I truly believe that people don't want to migrate en masse like they do in society today. But they do it because they're incentivized, because maybe they're being pushed by an international political body that has an agenda. Maybe they can't participate in the global financial system, so they can't transact. Something is pushing them out, generally poverty. Bitcoin fixes that because it gives people access to that system anywhere in the world.
Dust Off Ranch. Well, first, for people who don't know, Dust Off is a medevac term coined in the Vietnam War from Major Kelly. We call him the father of Dust Off. It's dedicated, unhesitating service to our fighting forces. So myself, being a Dust Off pilot for most of my career in the military, when another friend of mine and I came up with the idea of Dust Off Ranch, it's a place that we can serve other veterans and first responders who, with multiple deployments and just the things that come with that. A place to get them to come hang out with other veterans and to kind of just relax, kind of de-stress when they need it. Those of us who have been deployed, stuff like that, we understand, no one really has PTSD when you're in, because you have all the same people you deployed with. And that's, I've said this before, people think we have a sick sense of humor, but that's how we cope. It's when you get out and you don't have that support group anymore and you find yourself kind of lost, you don't know who to talk to. And we want to give place for veterans and the first responders to come and just get away from everything and hang out with like-minded people that have had similar experiences and can tell their stories, just hang out and have a place to be for them, feel comfortable.
If you hear ceasefire, you will ceasefire. Anybody on this range can declare ceasefire. If you see something unsafe, somebody's flagging, if somebody's got it pointed in the wrong direction, somebody's getting a little squirrely, whatever, ceasefire. Everybody repeats it, we'll ceasefire and address whatever the situation is, all right?
Then you're going to look down, you're going to holster up nice and slow.
Non-dominant hand. You're always going to have your pistol in your dominant hand.
Hello, my name is Alex Stanzik. I'm one of the founders of Bitcoin Veterans. We're out here today doing a fundraiser range day. We're going to do this every single year, possibly multiple times a year. But essentially, as you can see, we've just got a whole bunch of folks out here, various different levels of skill. We're going to teach how to be better, more proficient with firearms. So we have a lot of really experienced guys out here, former military guys, a lot of special operations guys, law enforcement, SWAT guys that are going to take people from where they are to hopefully make them much better shooters today. Welcome to Range Day.
My name is Craig Dowdy. I'm the owner of Freedom House Coffee here in Baxter, Tennessee. We moved here in 2020 and it was in the middle of that crazy thing called COVID, and we saw how the veterans were being treated and we didn't like it. And in South Florida, at our church in South Florida, we had a huge ministry for veterans and first responders. And so when we moved up here and we noticed how many veterans there were, we had to do something. We could be that little voice, that little coffee shop to just remember and honor these great people then we did our job.
I think that there's a lot of men and women out there in our community as veterans that they've experienced some of the worst that the world has to offer, and they are trying to navigate it without hope.
We just want to take guys and make them better men. So whether they're a veteran or not a veteran, everyone is welcome to get together with us, and we're going to continue to do events throughout the United States where we're taking small groups of men out into the mountains or the forest. We're going to leave the cell phones behind, unplug from the electronics, get into some adverse conditions, and basically tune guys up.
There's this entire broken veteran narrative that many of you are probably familiar with. You know, that every, veteran has, is dealing with something and has got problems, and everybody. And while these things do exist, these are challenges that exist within any population. Okay? Now, yes, it may be amplified for veterans in some ways, but I can tell you that some of the most productive members of our society are and always have been veterans of the military. Okay? You want to talk about a group of people that are highly skilled and know how to get things done and are motivated to take action and improve situations that they find themselves in. Talk to a group of military veterans. That is exactly what's happening. Okay? And it's no wonder why there are certain elements that don't want us to be motivated to take action. Okay, because when we are mobilized and when we do take action, we tend to be highly effective in the things that we set our minds to. Okay, so we're threatening in some ways. Now, again, anything that we're doing with a mindset of peacefulness. All right, so when I talk about things like taking action and doing things and getting things done, we are talking about an entirely peaceful act that we are involved in here. But the fact remains, they want us sad. They want us demotivated. They want us to live without any optimism for the future. And that is something that Bitcoin does change. And again, it doesn't just change it for veterans, it changes it for everyone. It's a reason for all of us to have hope. It's something that each and every one of us can get plugged into. And it's just like you said, I mean, we're looking at a room full of founders that are shaping the future that is in front of us. This entire city is going to be crawling with founders that are here to change the world. What an inspiring time. What an amazing thing to be a part of. It's humbling and it's fascinating. And yeah, you're right. It is okay to say, yeah, a lot of us are pretty damn smart, and that's why we're here and that's why we're doing this. But not only is there intelligence, but there's also the motivation. There's also the drive. There's also the simple fact that so many people are just sick of the way that things are and are not willing to tolerate it anymore. That's what we're finding in our Bitcoin veterans community as well. Okay, but instead of going out and behaving in destructive ways, instead of going out and engaging in things that are fruitless, that are not going to serve our communities and one another, we're engaging. We're getting plugged in. We're learning from one another in so many different ways. I can't even go into all of them right now. But we have a community that spans the country and even the world in some instances that is growing. And this is something that is bringing a different sense of purpose to each and every one of us. This is something that is connecting us with a mission that truly does have the potential to change the world. Okay, those aren't just words. Okay, people aren't coming here from all over the place just because it's something that's interesting and something that's neat, right? There's something to being a part of this. This isn't just something that's a hobby for us. We're here because we mean it. We're here because it matters. We're here because we know that this is the mission of our lifetimes. And that's why we're plugged into it. And that's what we're seeing in our community as well.
That was really good. I feel like clapping after that, actually.
So the Bitcoin 2024 conference here in Nashville was a huge event. By some estimations, as many as 20,000 people. Incredible speakers. We had 2 of the 3 potential presidential candidates here speaking. We had RFK Jr., we had Trump, we had Vivek Ramaswamy, many senators, I think 10 plus senators here, all showing their support of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin Veterans Citadel was an amazing situation where all these guys came together, and they basically set up this room where we had a stage. We did a bunch of breakout sessions, taught guys how to do ham radio. We did a bunch of ham radio licensing testing for guys who wanted to get qualified to use ham radio. Meshtastic networks, how to build Meshtastic networks. We had workshops on bit axes. We have people from every branch of the military, whether it's Air Force, Marine Corps, Navy, Army. We also have people who are other federal service workers, guys who work for the United States Energy Commission, ATF guys, so on and so forth. Here's the interesting thing about that is that like sooner or later, we are going to have Bitcoiners in every arm of the government. We're going to have Bitcoiners in every institution of the government. There are Bitcoiners who sit on Federal Reserve boards right now. There are Bitcoiners who sit on the boards of banks, so on and so forth. So slowly over time, what's happening is that people are waking up to the advantages of Bitcoin. The fact that it provides a lot of self-sovereignty, it provides a great deal of protection of your own wealth versus inflation, and all the types of things that eat away at your wealth over time.
I'm not gonna sing, so there you go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
You know, you're meeting people for the first time from all over the place. They're kind, they're gracious, they're humbling. And there's a Marine that came down. He had to have help getting in there. He was, had a stroke. He had a motorcycle accident where paralyzed half of his body. His wife was there, and he still had this I'm coming down to see the veterans. I'm walking in, and they're like, Gary says, "Hey man, you got to come talk to this guy. He's another Marine." And so we start talking about things and healing, and obviously I'm into a lot of alternative types of healing, including spiritual type of healing, and all of this. We started having this conversation about how he can do this through psilocybin and turkey tail and start to get the neuroplasticity in his body moving again. His wife, God bless her, because I've had a wife that's gone through trauma, my trauma, to see her just well up and cry. She's found people that she knows she can trust to try to help her husband recover. And man, I didn't think I was getting, soppy about this at all, but to have helped find an organization that elicits reactions from, fellow veterans and their family.
Hunter, I got a little something for you, man. I just want to thank you for taking care of you took charge of the fitness group and everything, especially for the run. I was supposed to be in charge of that, and Mike failed to set his alarm for that night, so you took charge of that, and you've been leading all this stuff on Telegram and everything, man. You earned that. Thank you.
You bring so much to this group, man, and everybody knows it, all right? Fucking helping me design the entire brand, building the website for Operation Bitcoin, everything that you're bringing, it's a lot, man. I just appreciate it, and I know everybody else here does too, all right? So thank you. Scott Lindbergh. Look, man, from the get-go, this guy has been on my side. He's had my back. He has added intellect, organization, motivation to everything with Operation Bitcoin, and I couldn't have done it without you, man. So we're just getting started, and I appreciate being on this journey with you, man. So thank you.
Brother Jordan, dude, you've been hanging out.
It's only fitting that Jordan. Wait, they can't touch her. The universe then.
This dude's been hanging out at the BV Citadel like the entire time, and anytime he like saw me or anybody else just needing to get stuff done, he was like, "What can I fucking help with?" And like to have something just unplanned, like none of this happens without dudes like that stepping up, man. And also, your name's Jordan. So. Jacob, man, running this ham radio stuff, like we got 5 guys trained up and licensed on ham radios, and guys like busting their ass, and you like leading the charge on that and setting up this awesome thing where we could all do that like live during the Citadel was fucking awesome, man. Thank you. This dude has orange pilled every service employee he's ever met. He's like doing some amazing stuff up in Alaska. What he's doing with Sonny to do like this, like he's our media wing now. I mean, all the things like, I don't know if everyone knows, but like at the end of this, in a few months, we're gonna have a documentary on everything that we've done. My highlight this week was giving you guys the coins. That's been a plan in the works for a while now.
My first one goes to Jeff, also known as Sippy Cup. Weirdest call sign in the world. Jeff, I think, heads up the pilot chat, and he is always one of those guys that's there if you need something done. If there was a personification for the honey badger and Bitcoin, this guy, I think, takes the fucking cake. He is running around at Mach 400 all the time. He knows everything about Bitcoin. He's literally the wiki of Bitcoin, especially on the technical side. He's got a killer mustache. But the hustle in this guy knows no bounds. And I think that is one of the most incredible pieces of this entire Bitcoin veterans, mission that we're doing. Gary, I met Gary years ago when I was running for governor, and when he stepped up, he just, "Hey man, I want to build a website." Are you? I was like, man, he's probably bad. He's gonna fuck shit up. We're not raising money, so let's go do this. Gary, I got no words to say, but I am so honored to be here with you, man. We are so incredibly fortunate to have you on this team. Your entrepreneurship, your understanding, the caliber. You're the 12-pound brain. I think a lot of us knuckle dragger live here. So come here, man. Get this thing, and I love you. We already kind of did this, but Dan from Dust Off Ranch. I know you got your coin, but I want to tell you, welcome. Probably as one of the newest members of this group, and your amazing family that's helped us out. To come out there and put out everything that he has in terms of, do you guys know how long it takes to smoke a good brisket?
16 hours at least.
Yeah, a minimum. Do you know how many briskets we've had? How many briskets? Probably about 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 hours worth of just smoking, the tent set up, getting that place mowed down for us, having the range ready in a pristine, beautiful spot. The work you're doing for veterans already, we are absolutely just humbled to have you part of this group, and looking to grow with you, and whatever you need from us, you got it.
Rick, basically brand new. I just met this guy, so I don't know you that well yet. But I will say that he had the balls and the initiative to go grab Fred Thiel, who's the CEO of Mara, and drag his ass to the BV Citadel. Literally. And then after he did that, then he went and got Max Kaiser. Like anybody who's got that kind of drive and initiative, brother, I expect big things out of you. Hobie! This guy, one of the very first podcasts we did, This guy was literally dying in the hospital. And this knucklehead was making jokes about it. He did that live. He was on the phone. Shit was hilarious. After he got out of the hospital, though, then he retired from the military. Immediately started smoking weed. But has stepped up big time. Like handles all the merch, he's done so much on that front. Appreciate you, brother. Doc is a active duty guy.
5 more days.
5 more days.
Are you excited? Oh yeah, because I'm talking to this guy after that. Don't get that on camera.
Doc, medical officer, handled our chief medical guy for our range day. Greatly appreciate it. You know what we need? If you're up to the mission, we definitely need like Bitcoin doctors.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you need VA stuff, talk to me too.
No pressure. We need that.
Oh yeah.
Nice. James Wilson.
Oh no.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. How do I follow all that?
I have known this guy since basically
Junior high.
early junior high days. Went in the military after me. Different branch of service, but known this guy forever. My brother from another mother. Coleman Payne, trying to hide back there in the back.
Oh yeah, Coleman.
I see you.
Yeah.
Coleman helped out as an instructor for the range day, or RSO for the range day. And this guy, interestingly enough, just reached out to Black Sheep Ammo, got them to agree to sponsor us for ammo. They were like, what do you need, like 1,000 rounds? He's like, are we good with 1,000 rounds? I'm like, kind of need like 6,000 rounds. She's like, no problem.
Right. Nice.
Went back, got 6,000 rounds, took the initiative, made it happen. And that's all you got, man. Mickey.
Mickey
Koss.
Mickey Koss.
Stop hiding in the corner. Beat him up there. Assume the position.
I don't know, this young guy, I call him, he's younger than me. But he's got a great mind, good writer. Got out recently through a massive has been an incredible supporter to BV the entire time, as well as his lovely wife. So, brother,
Yeah.
Travis West, where are you? All right, Travis is another big brain guy.
Doing a Shane Gillis impression.
He's one of those rare dudes who knows a great deal about cyber shit, forensics, like way more. I can't even explain what he does. He can do it way better than me. Very smart guy, and stepped up to help do his panel, his discussion, teaching people about forensics analysis on chain, all those different kinds of things. He's also coming up here in the near future. He's going to be speaking to one of the largest forensics conferences in the world, talking to law enforcement agents, AGs, lawyers, all that kind of stuff. He's the guy that's deeply connected to like the institutional side of the world that's going to help us orange pill that whole side of everything. And a huge asset to our team. Greatly appreciate it. Randy Kelly, my brother. This guy is what I consider a great example of a warrior. Huge heart, lots of honor, understands respect. He's very deep in terms of like the way he thinks, the way he studies things. I'll tell you what, if you want to know about being a warrior, you talk to this guy. Because he understands all the honor stuff, the respect stuff, as well as the peace. And he might be one of the most dangerous people in the room. You might not know that, but absolutely. You've taught me a lot.
this thing is representative of a few things, and I kind of baked some stuff into this so I can tell you what it is and what we're doing. I know we talk about getting on the mission all the time. What we are doing here is no less than treason if we lose, right? They say it's only treason if you lose, right? That's what we're in. Those are the stakes. And I think everybody in this room knows those are the stakes. There is a Spartan helmet on here. We die on our shields, right? We believe in this to our core, so much so that freedom is the last bastion. And I think this group alone is one of those groups that's going to propel us to a victory in this fight. With that being said, there are 10 different spears on here, all facing outward. If you guys have ever seen the movie 300, you understand phalanxes, you understand the different military maneuvers. This is, hey, we're here for defense, we're here to be peaceful, but if you fuck with us, we are going to absolutely kill as many of you as possible. We don't want that.
That doesn't go on video.
There's 10 of them. The first 5 are for the 5 guys that started this. Mike, Gabe, Jordan, Alex, myself. You guys are the founders. Thank you guys for being the bedrock, for setting principles, for coming together, for all of the things we do. It's mind-blowing to think that we've come this far in 1 year. The other 5 spears are for the rest of you. Those are the future. It is on us to replicate what we've done. So you guys are now the future of Bitcoin veterans. That means bigger roles, more to do. This is just the first stop. Can you imagine what this is going to be in another year? I have no idea. But I know what's possible with this group. The fact that we've only come together for the first time all of the base guys have come together and been in the same room. And then to have everybody show up, I was absolutely impressed to hell when I walked in that Citadel for the first time.
Down in the Citadel, there was a guy today that came downstairs. He's getting out of the Army in 3 months. Doesn't know what he wants to do. Somebody told him about this conference. He's not a Bitcoiner. Okay, this is completely and totally new to him, and he's never had anything to do with it. He decided to just come on down and check it out. He saw one of the flyers, saw the t-shirts, Bitcoin veterans, decided to come down and check it out. He came down and he came over and he started talking to me. This one guy, this one individual, he's a younger guy. He's been in for 6 years, getting ready to get out. He's got a family, not sure what in the world he wants to do. He asked me some questions. We started a conversation. I started to tell him about our mission. And to see the light start to spark in his eyes, for him to see that he has options, that he has opportunities, that he has a future that he didn't know that he could have possibly had before. For him to start to recognize the fact that there was something more than just going in the military, doing your thing, them tossing you out, and then you going and trying to build a life afterwards. For him to see that there's an actual community of people. Because when you're in that Citadel, you could see it, you could feel it, you knew. These people are brothers and sisters. This is a family, this is a community of people on a mission with a purpose.
I don't know if people realize, but we lose a lot of veterans to suicide every year.
Yeah.
Like a lot. 22 veterans a day. Thank you. What is that number a year? It's a lot. It's thousands.
22 a day is the number that they tell us. But if you look at other incidences like death from substance abuse, risky behavior that leads to diseases that kill them, and I'm not trying to be a downer, but it's actually closer to 40 a day. 40 a day, either by immediately killing themselves or what I call slow suicide.
Which is what, like about 16,000?
Yeah. Imagine that many people sitting together in one space together. That's how many we're losing.
But it's exponentially more people than we lose to combat operations. So the point is that I think a lot of this stuff has to do with a lack of hope, not seeing a path forward, not understanding that there's something positive that they could do with their lives. There's a mission that they could be on, helping their fellow man. They might not know about it. So this is the reason why we take this so seriously up here.
There's a lot of culture that comes along with understanding all of this. And so when you have something that is changing culture or improving, I would say improving culture, it's improving the lifestyles of those who touch it and those who understand it. It's changing the relationship with energy, which changes the relationship with technology, which changes the relationship with health and governance. We are literally on the vanguard front of the second renaissance of the planet, and nobody knows. That is not just exciting for everybody on the planet, but it makes it very exciting for what we're doing with Bitcoin veterans to be really, literally the vanguard of the vanguard to bring in what I think America was promised to us 50 years ago, and it has been stolen from us.
If you're a veteran, if you signed up, if you served your country, if you joined that machine and you did what you set out to do and found that it wasn't exactly what you expected, and now you're out here and you're a civilian and you're in the world and you're not exactly sure what to do next, find yourself a community. Find yourself some people. Find people that are connected to a mission that is tied to a purpose, that is doing something in this world. Because that feeling that you have that something is missing, that maybe even you don't know exactly who you are, and that you're not sure what's going to happen in front of you, that fear that you may have, there's a way that you can address that fear, and there's a way that you can find that purpose and find that connection and find that community. We're finding it in Bitcoin veterans. And it's not like anything that I've ever been a part of. And it's what I hear from our guys and from our ladies too. It's what we hear from our people in this group, in this community, is that there's nothing like this. This hasn't happened before. And we have people that have been out of the military for 20 years. And the entire time they've been searching for something. They've been trying to find that place where they belong. And they haven't been able to. And this is it. We're finding it. There's a reason why people are coming to us. There's a reason why we're growing the way that we are. And there's a reason why we feel the sense of purpose that we feel. Because that's what we have found.